What's up, citizens of First Place Steelers Nation? No one talks about them being in first place. You notice that?
It's usually pretty like pessimistic and
yeah. Like no one says, if I say first place Steelers, the first thing you think is, oh, Homer, look at you. You're swayed by these. They're actually in first place. It's okay to acknowledge that. I'm Dejan Kovacevic. He's Chris Halleck. We're from DK Pittsburgh Sports. We cover the first place Steelers, who will be taking on the not first place, not anymore, Lions.
Third place, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up at Ford Field in Detroit. And we're going to be doing that at a time when the Detroits really need to get their act together.
For sure.
Because everyone talks about it, how, oh, they've come close and everything else, and they have with Dan Campbell. And this was not supposed to be an 8-6 football team. They're really going to be coming at the Steelers. And when I say they're going to be coming at the Steelers, I mean coming by way of the run.
Yeah.
That's what jumps out about this team, isn't it? And the challenge that the Steelers face.
I mean, listen, the Lions pose more of a threat than just the ability to run the ball. I mean, yes, they have a two-headed monster in Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. But anytime you're talking about having a Amon-Ra St. Brown and the collection of receivers that they have too, plus you look at Jared Goff's numbers. I mean, I can pull them up. Like Jared Goff is having a really, really good season. I wouldn't quite say like it's MVP level type, but it is absolutely. I mean, he's got. Hold on, let me. I got the numbers right here. He is fourth in completions while being only eighth in attempts, which is why he has the fourth best completion percentage in the league. He's third in the league in passing yards. He's second in the league in touchdown throws. He has the fourth fewest interceptions, and he's got the second best passer rating in the NFL. I mean, he has been a very, very efficient passer. Now, the run game's a big reason for that, but you run the ball well, and then you make defenses pay for selling out to stop the run. You take advantage of it, and you use the talent that's there. That's what the Lions are doing. That's why it's a tough, tall task for Terrell Austin and the defense this week.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to say they're fortunate because they earned it, but it benefits them to have come off the challenge that they just had against Miami with Devon Achane. And I don't want to say shutting them down. They slowed him down.
Yeah.
They did. 60 yards on 12 carries. They did just fine with that challenge. If they can do something like that against these guys, it'll mean that much more.
Mm-hmm.
I look at this defense and I wonder, I think to myself, Chris, did they really get over some kind of hump in that game? And my answer to that would be no, because there was nothing Miami could do through the air. Nothing.
Yeah,
Zero. Yeah. Nothing. And as a result, the Steelers were able to probably more successfully gang up on Achane and anybody that Miami was going to run at them.
Yeah, you can't sell out to stop the run the same way against the Lions, because that is asking. I mean, Joey Porter Jr. is doing a great job. He's having a great year, but you don't want to have to ask him, hey, can you just go shut down Amon-Ra St. Brown for an entire game?
He'll take that.
I mean, he'll take
it.
But again, we've seen what this defense does when you're like, all right, well, we're just going to man up and trust that we're going to be able to shut everybody down playing man coverage. That might not be the way you have to go about it. You might have to have a good mixture of zone and man. There will be times where you man up and you want Porter on St. Brown,
right.
But that can't be something that you do all game long. You're going to have to find a way to minimize the run, to put a cap on it. You don't have to try to sell out to stop to you're not going to run and we're going to make Jared Goff beat you. Jared Goff can beat you. Okay. There's a lot of, I still don't think people appreciate the level of quarterback that he can play, because they think of him in his Rams days, and they think of him being the quarterback of the Rams when they went to the Super Bowl and didn't score any points against the Patriots. I still think people think of Jared Goff in that way to a certain extent. He will make you pay for it, especially with the weapons that he has. So it really is pick your poison, and that's why the Lions have one of the best offenses in the league.
When we come back, we're going to take a look at the state of the Steelers on this Thursday afternoon injury report and all that other stuff right after this. Where is it, Chris? Where is it?
I gotta find it.
I hate when she's not here. She's not here, though. Did you find it? No.
Oh, I got it here. Right after this, ladies and gentlemen.
At DK Pittsburgh Sports, we take pride in coverage that connects our city's fans to their favorite teams. Now, that connection's stronger than ever. Introducing our all-new state-of-the-art app. Find expert inside reporting and original podcasts. Check live box scores. Track the latest stats. Chat it up with our community of thousands of fans, all in one place. The new app from DK Pittsburgh Sports. Coverage that connects.
Guys, it's time to check out the injury report, which Chris will be doing here for you momentarily. It's also time to check out the latest odds, futures, and win totals on the FanDuel Sportsbook. These two things go together, by the way.
And we have had movement on the line, by the way.
Really?
The line. So it was 7.
Which was stupid.
Lions minus 7. Now it is Lions minus 6.5. So it's moved a half a point.
I told you that was going to happen. It was just crazy.
Probably going to move again, but injury reports usually help dictate this, and we're going to get into that here in a second.
Well, if you think the Steelers are gonna take care of the Lions this weekend, or if you think it's going to be the other way around, lock in your bets today. Whatever your game, the FanDuel Sportsbook delivers the latest lines, futures, and specials so that you can join in on all of the action. And here comes Chris to ruin everybody's day.
Yeah. So we have 5 changes to the injury report today, which means everybody was on the injury report yesterday. They are still on the injury report today, but like a lot of them did not change. So we have a few new additions and some changes. A new addition is Jabril Peppers, who did not practice with an illness. Okay. Illness, could get over it. Okay. Christian Kuntz, long snapper, showed up as a limited participant in practice today. So he was not on the injury report yesterday.
With what?
A knee.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I'll get into the whole limited participant thing when they pop up. So to further explain that, today, Zach Frazier did not practice, not limited to participant, but did not practice with a triceps injury. That's now 2 starting offensive linemen who have some sort of triceps issue.
Meaning along with Isaac Seumalo.
Correct. Who also did not practice again today. Like I said, if they were on it yesterday and there are no changes, these are the changes I'm listing. So everybody who was on the injury report yesterday, nothing changed with them if I don't mention them here. Keanu Benton, limited participant today with an ankle. And Cam Hayward did not practice, but
never read that in that.
Okay. So the two that you should, 3 that you should be really concerned about. The 2 limited participants, Christian Kuntz and Keanu Benton. When you see a limited participant as the first appearance, when it's not Wednesday, not the first practice day, not all the time, but usually means something happened in practice.
Yeah, new injury. Yeah.
And so I don't know the severity. Even if I did, I can't report on what it is. So, yeah, if I saw something in practice today, I can't say what it is. So, either way, Kuntz and Benton, both limited participant today. Zach Frazier is obviously a big one. Now, he was out on the field. He was in shorts and everything. He was clearly not practicing. He was at least on the field and engaged in it. I would still rather wait on the whole Frazier thing. Usually whenever it's a pop-up out of nowhere as a DNP, as it's happened with Frazier this season, it's usually more, you've got something you're kind of battling. We want to give you an extra day or two.
Right.
So we'll see. People are obviously going to freak out because Zach Frazier's a really good center, and you don't want to be messing him going to a game in Detroit.
Yeah, I feel obligated to point out that if there's one position on the entire roster that I feel really, really, really good about the backup, it's Ryan McCollum.
That's true. That's true.
McCollum is considered by the Steelers' own people to be an elite backup center.
He is on the team because of Pat Meyer. Pat Meyer pounded the table to keep Ryan McCollum.
And there's a reason for
yes,
that. And then when McCollum goes out there, and he wasn't just snapping the ball and surviving whenever he had that was a run of 2 or 3 games, something to that effect.
It was Frazier's rookie season. It was 2023. No, last season.
And the Steelers ran wild
they did.
behind him. And then when you looked at the film, he was, I'm going to say this, almost Dylan Cook-like in his excellence.
No, seriously. He played really well.
He didn't even smile. Because we've all just accepted that Dylan Cook is who he is.
Well, it's a big I think it's a big deal because if Sayamalu was healthy, I don't think like Zach Frazier goes down, you're like, oh, that really sucks. But you trust Ryan McCollum. When you also have Isaac Sayamalu, who has now been a DNP 2 straight days, and it's really not looking like he's going to play. Now you're talking about like you're having to like dip even deeper into the depth. And that's not what you want to have to do when you have to go to Detroit and take on a really desperate, talented Lions team. Because you're talking like right now, if you don't have Frazier and you don't have Sayamalu, you're looking at possibly like you can't rely on Andres Pete to automatically just come in.
It's real.
He was limited again today, so that's 2 days in a row he's been limited, so he's at least trending. But until he clears, you can't depend on him to just be there. So he could be your left guard while McCollum plays center, but
Wayne asks who's the backup long snapper. Debo.
Well, the emergency long snapper.
That was Logan Lee.
Yeah, it's Logan Lee.
That's not how that would work.
No.
If Kuntz were to have an injury, they would go and get somebody.
Correct.
And they would do it in a raging hurry. And they're all sitting out there.
Yeah.
It's longsnappersareus.com.
Right. Logan Lee would be the guy where if Kuntz or whoever the long snapper is goes down with an injury in the middle of a game and you need a long snapper, that's who you'd go to, Logan Lee. Like that'd be your guy. If he has a helmet. He hasn't even been active every game this year.
Lee, no, he has not. And he also has precious little experience at long snapping. So we're being facetious because he did it as an emergency guy in a preseason game.
Yeah.
So not to be taken too seriously here. Danny wants to know, Debo's snap over the head for a safety was so bad. Yeah, go tell him that.
That's a bold move there, Cotton.
Hey, Debo, it's me, Danny Blee. I'm here to judge your long snapping technique.
Yeah. That was the 11-10 game, wasn't it?
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Long
that's
shot.
One of those games that's always going to stand out to you.
Asks, is Broderick Jones still tied and gagged in the equipment locker? I haven't laid eyes on Brod.
He's been around.
He's been around?
Yeah,
okay.
He's been around. There was the one game where, Steelers put out their sights and sounds from games where I think it was the Baltimore game. There was a little huddle of the offensive lineman on the sideline, and you just see him like stick his head in to the huddle, and he's like, "You gotta cut your eyelids off," going with one of those.
He's a teammate.
Oh, 100%.
One thing about Brod, you can.
100%.
There's a lot of things you can dislike about what he's given to the Steelers to date, but don't question whether or not he's given it his all. He is really, really into things. Don't forget that he tackled the 41-year-old quarterback. He was so excited, much to the consternation of the 41-year-old quarterback,
who's now 42,
and lucky that he made it here. Charles wishes Danny Blee the best in his venture, knocking on Debo's house.
My God,
his door. Hello.
Of all the people that you would not want to run into in a dark alley, just because of that would be one of the scariest people. Not even a dark alley, just on the street. If you just see him standing there.
Debo?
Yeah. He's a scary human being, man. He's kind of a gentle giant at the same time, too. He can be till he opens his mouth.
No. You didn't have enough time around Debo.
I did not.
Yeah, I did. I'll say one good thing. And that's that in tough times, he would answer questions in the toughest times. If you can do what I did in Denver after what was probably the toughest Steelers loss I've ever covered. And I covered a Super Bowl loss.
Mm-hmm.
Going up to Debo in Denver whenever he was just like totally in his own thoughts. The whole wall had cleared out around him.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to go ask.
Yeah.
And, Debo got a minute. That was a yes. I took that as a yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't me getting thrown against the far wall. It was, we're ready to go.
Yeah.
But he answered every question.
No, well, that's good. I think the reason why I think that is I always think about that one interview he did, I think with ESPN the year that he went to Cincinnati, and they were like showing him clips of Dick LeBeau, and he literally just started like tears.
Oh yeah, LeBeau is a separate subject.
Yeah,
man. You do that with any of those guys.
Yeah, like he was just talking about how much he missed him and everything, and you're seeing this guy who's probably the most physically imposing player ever in the NFL, just in tears over a guy. So I think that's why I think proof everybody has a soft spot. Even James Harrison does.
Yeah, but this is LeBeau. This is different, man. This isn't talking about your defensive coordinator. This is talking about the guy who was reading you "'Twas the Night Before Christmas."
Right.
Okay, this is definitely a different discussion.
Yeah.
I remember so many things about Coach LeBeau that have nothing to do with football.
Mm.
He's still in my head every time I leave the Steelers facility because I go into the cafeteria and I grab a banana. He told me once, never leave this place without a banana. So I still go and get the banana every time. I didn't look it up. I know bananas have potassium and they're good for you in general. Yeah. But Dick LeBeau told me to have a banana. I'm going to have a banana every time I walk out of here. And I do. You'll never see me walk out of there without it.
Every time you're on the south side, you walk out of there with a banana.
And it's the only place you'll ever see me with a banana.
Yeah. Like 7-Eleven's got like the bananas like hanging off the racks by the register and you won't grab one. But if you're on the south side, you'll grab one.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Dick LeBeau was like Moses, it says here. I don't even know what that means, but
I guess his playbook was the equivalent to the 10 Commandments.
Coach Dad, and he's old enough that he could be Coach Grandpa or Coach Great Grandpa, except that you look at him and he doesn't look any different. And you can still picture him just as easily making all those interceptions as you can in the DC.
Yeah.
The man doesn't age.
No, seriously. And that's what John's like. He has 62 picks. I don't know if he was a better player or coach.
And that is the highest possible praise you can give him, given what he accomplished.
Yep.
At both. His playbook, it says here, was chiseled into stone tablets. David Hart, he's trying.
See, that's what I'm saying. His playbook was the equivalency of the 10 Commandments.
Jason Williams says, what kind of defense do you want to see against the Lions and these running backs? Because as we just mentioned, Jared Goff's going to be a real threat too. Amon St. Ra is going to be a threat. You have they should be good. And in fairness to them, they lost last week, giving up 41 points, but they also scored 38.
So their defense
to the Rams.
Their defense has been one of the reasons why they're 8-6. It's not because they're bad or anything like that, but it's mainly because their secondary has just been decimated. And it's one of the reasons why not only do the Lions like lead the league in usage of their just base defense, but it is far and away what they use more than anything else. They have not used one snap of a dime defense this season. I've looked up the stuff today. Not one snap of a dime defense, which is 6 defensive backs. They're only in their nickel at the lowest rate in the league, which is like 30 something percent. I don't remember exactly what it is. They're in their base defense 62% of the time. That's like, if you are in your nickel 62% of the time, you're probably like league average. Like they're in their base that much. They just don't put defensive backs on the field because they don't, number one, they're so decimated. And number two, they don't trust the guys that are out there. So they have to go with that. I actually think it's a little bit more intriguing to look at how the Steelers are going to attack that, because if Detroit's just going to sit all day in their base defense, do you fight fire with fire and say, hey, we're going to go 12 personnel, 13 personnel, we're going to put out our big packages and play into your hands a little bit, but we're still going to execute? Or do we say, hey, you're stuck, you're not going to play out of anything other than base, so we're going to put 11 personnel on the field all the time. We're going to run out there with Metcalf and Thielen and MVS and possibly, Calvin Austin and Scotty Miller every now and then. And we're just going to spread you out and make you play that way, And Arthur Smith wouldn't tip his hand today on what they're going to do. Of course.
Imagine.
Yeah, I know.
Will Brogan, who stopped in last week, hadn't seen Will in a while. It was good to see you, my man. He says, no dime in the NFL in 2025. How is that even possible? I'll tell you one thing about Campbell. Campbell's one of those guys. He'll come in and take over a situation that's just, it's a lot like what we've seen in Chicago this year.
Yeah.
To an extent, where you have to come in and just be so different, and you have to get rid of all the negativity. I read something the other day, as little interest as I have in college football. There was a terrific piece about whoever Indiana's coach is.
Signetti, I think. I believe so.
What's his first name?
I'm trying to remember.
Okay. Is it Kurt?
I can't remember.
Frank? Well, whoever Signetti is, the guy who coaches the Indiana college team.
Yeah.
He was talking about how, as he came into that program, that there was so much can't do all around him at the university. People who were on staff, people who were boosters, people who were donating money.
Yeah.
Supporters, the people who were supposed to be. And I think it was something like they hadn't won the Big Ten since the 1960s or something.
I can't remember the last time Indiana won the Big Ten. Obviously, they won it this year, but yeah.
Look at me, the college football expert, coming at you now.
Well, the one thing I'm going to say about the job that Signetti did, or just Indiana did, and obviously Signetti being the head coach is a part of that, is, when we were having all those conversations in July and August, like when people were wanting specific names of potential quarterbacks the Steelers could try to draft next year, we kept talking about, Arch Manning and Drew Aller and Lenore Sellers.
No, it's that Fernando dude.
None of it. Very, very few times did anybody bring up Fernando Mendoza. And that dude. Now, I think when you looked at all of the quarterbacks, when you did like an extensive list, he was on the list, but he was behind several other guys. He was behind Carson Beck and a lot of other guys. Second tier, possibly could sneak into the late stages of the first round, early second round. Like that was like the preseason.
No, he's a real thing now.
But now he's won the Heisman, and now he's probably going to go first overall. Like that's just
my point here with this was, it takes such a strong will to come in and do what Campbell's done, to do what's happened with the Bears this season. And to be able to say, listen, we don't care what's happened here before.
Yeah.
We're here to change all that. We're here to get people to believe, because if people believe, our players are going to believe. It's not going to be like, same old Lions or anything like that, or same old Bears or same old Indianas.
Ben Johnson, like we talk about, because Ben Johnson came from Detroit. Like he was the OC under Campbell last year, and he goes to Chicago, and it's like a completely different franchise. I mean, he has completely reset the culture there.
Well, we saw that when we were out there, the way he carried himself in his post-game press conference, he was impressive. He wasn't boasting. He wasn't, look at us, we're the Bears, we won a game, or anything. It was just, here's what we did well. I congratulate the Steelers on a good efforts and whatever else here, and we're moving on to next week.
Yeah. I think he's my vote for Coach of the Year right now. Like, honestly, like when we do all the PFWA awards and everything like that, and I do my voting, Ben Johnson's probably going to be my vote right now. He's done a phenomenal job.
I'm trying to think who else would be in that.
Really quick, somebody's asking, like, who did we sign? Well, the unless something else happened while we've been on the show, something else Jeremiah Moon is back. The Steelers signed him from the Panthers practice squad. The biggest news that it makes is it sure doesn't look like that either TJ Watt or Nick Herbig are playing. It looks like they're going to have to bring in another edge because it's not like they brought him in to be on the practice squad. They signed him from another practice squad to put him on the active roster, which probably means that, hey, TJ or Nick are not playing. So now you're looking at an edge group of Highsmith, Jack Sawyer as your two, Jeremiah Moon, and probably another DeMarvin Leal elevation too.
Yeah, Leal would be your guy again.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little rough.
Liam Cohen in Jacksonville is another one that has to come up.
Yeah, he's done a good job
in
too.
this context here. I don't think anybody saw the Jaguars as being the AFC South.
I saw somebody say McVay. Trust me, I'm a big McVay fan, but
10-4 for the Jaguars.
And 10-4 for the Bears.
Talk about a team that's stigmatized.
I did see. I saw the Jaguars going a little further this year than the Bears. I had the Jaguars, I think, beginning of the season. I have to go back and look at what I actually had, but I think I had the Jaguars at least flirting with a potential playoff spot.
Yeah, Kirk McDonald with the Seahawks.
Yeah, that's another one.
That's.
I think I thought so lowly of the Bears that even with a new coach and everything, I did not see that happening. We have music playing here now. All of a sudden, it's like somebody just turned it on.
That happened earlier today. Like it just came on, and it was like Bing Crosby booming through the speakers.
It's the ghost of Dolly Pask. She's not here today, but we're self-producing the show and everything. So
that's why it's going so smoothly with no interruptions, no phones ringing.
Yeah, that transition to the ad was real smooth
stuff. Yeah, we were really sharp with that one here. Juan Carlos wants to know, makes me wonder, are the Steelers going to be resting players on purpose against the Lions? They will not.
No way.
They will not.
Listen. Okay. The Steelers have a chance.
And just in fairness to Juan Carlos, why he's bringing this up for anybody who doesn't know why is that the Lions are an NFC team.
Yeah.
So it's not as relevant when it comes to tiebreakers and so forth.
No.
Win the game.
No. Yeah. Listen, if the Steelers win on Sunday in Detroit, there is, I would say, a pretty decent chance, that by the time they show up to play in Cleveland, they have already won the division.
Because
the Ravens have to play the Patriots on Sunday night,
and that will result in
probably a loss.
Probably a loss for the Baltimores.
But Baltimore is fighting for their playoffs. I don't want to write them off. Baltimore's at least home. But then they have to go on a short week after playing on a Sunday night and go to Green Bay and play the Packers at Lambeau on Saturday, 6 days later. If the Steelers win in Detroit and the Ravens happen to lose both of those games, which is absolutely a possibility, the Steelers win the division before they even kick off in Cleveland.
Now the quarterback for Pittsburgh,
Mason Rudolph.
Number 2, Mason Rudolph. That's not what they want to hear.
No, it's not.
Number 18.
Oh, they would not be doing that in Cleveland, though.
Oh, no, even they're stoked about Will Howard.
Oh, yeah, well, it's true.
Everybody loves Will Howard.
Everybody loves Will Howard in Ohio.
That's a good point. In Cleveland, they're really Ohio State fans in Cleveland.
Probably.
Like all across Ohio. There's not exceptions to that. Yeah. I find that weird, but okay.
Yeah. No,
like they don't have a pit in Ohio.
Cincinnati. In terms of the university and yeah.
But like Cleveland doesn't have one.
No, Cleveland doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, not to that extent. No. I mean, Akron. But Akron's in Akron.
Yeah, Akron has a school.
Yeah. And it's in Akron. It's not in Cleveland.
We're going to take a couple more things from Yin's guys today. If you want to fire some football-ish type questions.
Listen, really quick. Justin brings up, Judon, because Matthew Judon was let go by the Dolphins. Somebody brought this up on the app too today on our DK Pittsburgh Sports app. I understand like wanting to bring in like talent, and obviously Matthew Judon is a talented player, talented edge rusher. I also understand wanting to bring in at this stage of the season. If it were October, I'd probably think the Steelers take a good hard look at Matthew Judon.
What a player he was.
Yeah.
Note the past tense.
Yeah. But
he really was.
You're right. But at this stage of the season, I understand why they would rather bring somebody in who knows the defense.
Yes.
You're talking like there's not going to be much in terms of, getting acclimated and learning the playbook, like it's not Madden. Like you don't just collect talent and just expect the overall to play out in the video
gotta,
game.
especially this time of year, you got to be coming in and not asking terminology questions and stuff like that. What are you laughing
No,
about?
Justin said he's trolling Ohio State fans. I get that, but no, I've seen it brought up. So it's a legitimate thing that people are wondering about, being like, well, why did they bring in Jeremiah Moon and not Matthew Judon? Well, because again, that is probably the reason. You would rather bring somebody in who already knows the defense. You don't have to worry about teaching him the defense at this point.
Jeremy Olson says that Will Howard will be the starting quarterback in 2026. I'd bet any money on it.
Can I take that bet, please?
You would not do that.
Can I take that bet?
You won't.
Please?
You won't. We're sitting here. We're waiting for you to drop that money right here
on the FanDuel Sportsbook
table.
That's where you should do it. The FanDuel Sportsbook.
Because that would be a Christmas gift to us. So we'd celebrate it with our little festive Christmassy thing here.
Yeah.
She made.
Yeah.
That's all that would be. You'd be
not a smart bet.
It's not a no.
Not a smart bet.
No, and you're not going to do that. Obligatory Roman Wilson question comes from Steel City Ryan. Do you think Roman Wilson will see the field again this season? In fact, we've now reached the point where the obligatory Roman Wilson questions are the obligatory same Roman Wilson questions.
Yeah, it really is the same question every time. Listen, I wrote about this on our app yesterday. Ever since the Steelers switched to heavy dose of Adam Thielen and MVS, the offense has been clicking, like really clicking. Aaron Rodgers has played his two best games as a Steeler. PFF loved his game against Baltimore, by the way. He gave him like a grade of like 88. They loved his game in Baltimore. Not so much against the Dolphins, which I thought was kind of funny because he only had 4 incompletions. But he played 2 great games. The offense has played great. And it's because, when the offense was stagnant, and I would ask Aaron, what do you guys have to do in order to get things going? It would always be a really short answer to the point where I'm like, does Aaron not like me? Does not want to give me a detailed answer? Because we just got to fix the details.
What's that mean?
That's all it was.
But what did that mean? That's the point.
That's
the thing that nobody wants to deal with here.
Yeah.
I just put a comment up that says that Roman has been in the doghouse since he fumbled.
It's not just fumble.
You are attempting to justify Roman Wilson's benching by coming up with some kind of narrative or whatever. Please get this. You're a wide receiver. You have 2 jobs in your life. One of them is to catch the football. Just before that, chronologically, is to run the right route.
Jay Moods gets it.
Okay?
Ding, ding, ding.
This is all it is.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get away with lousy route running with Rodgers as your quarterback. He sees everything. He's Santa. So he knows when you've been bad or good at route running.
He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when
in the rooms where you're supposed to be learning your routes and committing them to memory.
Yeah.
Now they don't want to embarrass him.
Nope.
And they don't have anything to gain from embarrassing him.
Nope.
But I don't know how much more clearly they can make it without skywriting.
Seriously.
He was running the wrong routes.
Not just running the wrong routes, but even
just because he's the cute guy or whatever. I don't mean cute like actually cute. I mean like the hot topic or whatever, the cute subject matter, I should say.
Yeah.
The way Will Howard is to some extent. No.
The one thing that really kind of irks me about this, and I think it's the reason why there's like some sort of army battling for Roman Wilson, is they will get on social media and they will find certain fanboy types who have access to the all 22 just like everybody else does.
Sure.
And they'll screenshot plays in which Roman Wilson is open. The problem is that it doesn't matter if he's open. It matters about when
Where
he's
was
open.
he supposed to be?
Where was
he?
he
Might be open because he ran a route that was so ridiculously wrong.
The football jargon is there's a difference between being open and being open in phase, which means being open at the time that the quarterback is supposed to get to you in the progression. That did not happen with Roman on a consistent basis. And I can think about like so many different concepts in which he ran the route and it would leak and it would get too much depth or not enough depth or the break on it was too slow or whatever it was. And then Adam Thielen and MVS go out there. Adam Thielen literally was like given the playbook on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And like was doing extra homework and staying after school with the tutor. And
yet we have Danny Blee coming in here and saying Roman is still learning.
Adam Thielen picked it up in a matter of days.
How long's he been in the fold now?
He's been a professional in the Steelers organization for almost 2 full seasons now.
Yeah. With the same coordinator.
With the same coordinator. 2 different quarterbacks, but still the same coordinator, same offense.
Same wide receivers coach.
Yes, and the same wide receiver.
Yeah, Zach Kazani. Yeah. So what's he learning?
He's
Danny?
Okay. We're okay. Dwight is bringing up the whole the Dale thing and saying Roman is allowed to get better.
Sure.
And nobody has more respect for Dale Lawley than the 2 guys sitting at this table right now. But the fact of the matter is the Steelers need to win football games. That's just what they need to do right now. They are in the thick of a playoff race, and Roman Wilson is not giving them an opportunity to consistently execute passing concepts. Period. There's no way around that. It's crunch time. The road is getting narrow, as Mike Tomlin likes to say. They need professionals to be professionals right now. Adam Thielen and MVS are doing that. That's what they're doing. And is it a coincidence that over the past 2 games, they've executed the game plan? DK Metcalf has become an actual presence again. Do you think teams just stopped doubling him all of a sudden? They were just
I do with the Ravens.
Well,
but yes, they wouldn't have needed to.
Right.
If they had a wide receiver that they didn't have to bother covering here. Pittsburgh fan is trying to look at the valiant attempts. Hopefully Thielen is teaching the kid how to run routes.
Yeah.
You mean Thielen who just showed up?
No.
They handed him the playbook in the lobby. He went upstairs and he learned it, and he was in a football game within 48 hours.
And played the most snaps of any receiver not named DK Metcalf. Like, immediately became WR2. Immediately. Oh, and by the way, Roman Wilson, since that acquisition, has not gotten a helmet.
No, Zach says, is Cal in the same boat? Now, if you mean boat as in he's losing snaps or losing reps,
yes.
The answer is yes. If you mean doghouse, no.
No. He's still on punt return.
The Steelers.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't have anyone else to look at here. I feel like I didn't do enough to stress early in the season my own tiny little part in this public discourse that the receivers weren't getting open at all. They weren't doing anything to help this quarterback. It's not just that they weren't coming back. They would just stop. It was so gross. And what you have now are people who are just continuing through their routes, continuing through the progression, reading off of things, making sure they're not colliding with each other, all kinds of other intelligent NFL wide receiver type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And if one of them happens to pop loose the way MVS did in that game, awesome. You have a pretty good feeling when that football leaves the quarterback's hands. Oh my God, the crowd?
Yeah.
Wasn't that something?
Yeah.
If you don't know what we're talking about here, and you will if you were in the stadium, the moment Aaron lets that ball go, the place cheered as if it was already a touchdown. It was really, really neat. Not because they know who MVS is or anything like that.
Yeah.
You're probably thinking he's Claypool because he's wearing 11. But everything about the play was just so smooth and everything went so perfectly that the crowd just erupted before the ball had even hit the top of its arc.
Right. Guys, the defending of Roman here is.
No, we're still coming with this.
Yeah, I mean, we got. It's not a fair comparison because Thielen is a vet. Listen,
they're running routes.
Thielen said himself.
This isn't learning Portuguese.
Well,
they're running routes.
It is. It is like that is exactly what Thielen said. It is like learning an entirely different language when you go to a new offense.
He said Portuguese.
He didn't say Portuguese, but he said a new language.
Something.
Yeah. But he said it is like learning a new language. It is not as simple as, hey, we're going to have you run nothing but slants and drags and whatever. You have to learn your spot. You have to learn all of the tags. You have to learn all of the checks. You have to learn all. Arthur Smith gave everybody a nice little peek behind the curtain today. He actually gave the media the names of the plays when they do the tush push, 2 of them. When they want to call just the standard tush push with Connor Hayward, they say Spartan.
Wonder why.
Yeah, he went to Michigan State. When they call, when they called the Kenneth Gainwell end around out of the tush push, that's called Yazoo.
Because
that's his hometown in Mississippi.
I know I'd seen that in his bio somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like literally, like they have like. That's just the name of a play. There are so many different, like, I can't even begin to explain how complicated. I have seen, don't ask me how, but I have seen one of Sean McVay's playbooks from whenever he was in Washington to just let you understand like how complicated an NFL playbook is. You have no idea. You have absolutely no idea. It is not as simple as, hey, we need you to come in and run some routes. It's learning an entirely different thing. The fact that he was able to pick up what he needed to pick up in 3 days and go play more snaps than everybody else except for Metcalf. That's, yeah. He's a pro. He knows how to run. He can run routes. He knows how to execute the details. Roman's not getting the job done. It's that simple. Maybe there's hope for next year. Maybe. I don't know. But I don't think the Steelers are going to be avoiding receiver in the draft, though.
Apollo Creed also points out here that Thielen knows how to run routes.
Okay.
Even if he doesn't.
I'm getting off the soapbox now. We can keep going at this. I'm just saying, like, he knows how to run routes for sure.
Yep.
But he still has to learn the playbook. He still has to learn everything.
Yeah.
Roman should know how to do all of this by now.
Yes.
He doesn't.
And he does not.
Not consistently.
We're not here to pick on him.
No, but there is a reason why he's not even getting a helmet.
Not getting a helmet.
It's not just he's been benched.
No, he's not of use to the team on Sundays.
Right. That's a problem. He's a 3rd round pick. That's a problem.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't want to bury him either.
I'm not trying to bury him.
No. I get that. I've been tough on him from the beginning, so I'm just gonna not kick him when he's down. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question for today comes from Mario Tuch, who says, when someone like Marcus Valdez-Scantling shows up, are there Steelers-owned places that they stay at? The answer to that is yes. And I will have to recuse myself from there because a lot of them are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
In my building. The answer to the better answer to your question is all 3 teams have situations like that.
Yeah.
Where they'll put guys up at condos or
apartments or something.
Yeah. If you're with the Steelers, you're either going to be here downtown or you're going to be somewhere on the south side that's a little bit closer to the practice facility.
Yep.
If you are with the Pirates, you're going to be over on the North Shore. There are apartments over there, brand new ones actually, that just shot up out of the ground. And the Penguins will mix things up because they also keep some of their players up by Cranberry, where their practice facility is here. Mm-hmm. So yes, they actually own places.
Yeah,
if that answers your question, or they have the equivalent of permanent leases, so that when someone comes in, the Penguins, for example, just got 2 guys from the Edmonton Oilers.
They don't bring in Skinner and Kulak and say, all right, good luck finding everything that you need.
They if they have to, they put up Skinner's family here across the street for a couple of days
Mhm.
while everybody's just moving and getting settled.
Yeah.
But from there, it's get the stuff to this place.
Yep.
And everything. Skinner, by the way, went out of his way to praise the Penguins for the way they handled all that. Said that it was just incredibly first class. Good question.
Yeah.
Good question. Never get stuff like that.
Yeah, it's usually so much. I actually really enjoyed. I don't know if you've gotten a chance to see the DK Pittsburgh Sports app today, but I got to write something that wasn't X's and O's today. And I love going over the X's and O's, and I understand like people like the chalk talks and everything like that. But I got to write about how Arthur Smith does not communicate the same way, or doesn't consider himself to be the same as George McClellan, who, for those who don't know who George McClellan is, was a Union general during the Civil War. And no, just go read it. It's fun to do things that are not the same thing all the time, to do something fun and different.
And he's so cool.
Yeah.
If you don't like Arthur Smith, you're just wrong.
You know he's feeling good whenever he goes into the press conference room and drops historical references of any kind.
Arthur had himself a day or a night, as it was Monday.
Yeah, it was a good game for him.
Guys, or Jay Moods liked the article.
Cool.
See right there?
That.
That's some pretty good stuff here.
Yeah, it was fun to write. It was fun to write something where I'm not having to talk about like passing concepts or explain like X's and O stuff. It's fun to actually, and Gene here says McClellan was the general that would not fight. That's what he's known for more than anything. Would not fight and was very, very full of himself. Thought that he was brilliant.
So Ben Charrington, basically.
That would probably be a better.
You just checked every box. Does not fight. Does not care if he wins.
The only difference between Ben Charrington and McClellan is that McClellan has been fired twice.
Well, he's getting there.
Well, but not yet.
Should have happened.
McClellan was general in chief and was fired from that, was made commander of the Army of the Potomac, and then fired again. Lincoln had enough.
Yeah, that was it.
He had enough. He's like, you're done. And then McClellan comes back and he's like, well, I'm going to beat you in the presidential election in 1864. And then it was an electoral landslide. It was just great stuff.
Did you guys go find the Norm Macdonald moth thing? Did you do that? Did you find it? Did you not do that? I'm not getting it's just a yes or no. Moth or no moth? Did you go see the moth joke with Norm Macdonald? Because if you don't, here he comes. Here comes Jay Moods. He went and did it. That's a yes. It's not nearly enough yeses. Alex Flores says no. Alex banned for life. What else here? George is impressed with your Civil War history.
I am a history buff. I thoroughly enjoy looking into history and stuff.
Corey went and watched the moth joke. I'm telling, hey, it's not for my benefit. This is a life-changing joke.
Norm Macdonald's so good.
Huh?
Norm Macdonald was so good. Like,
I don't know that I don't know how many times I watched it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my family will gather, and it's like 5.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Joke,
Yeah.
you know, and that's one of the funniest parts because he's telling it to Conan O'Brien, and Conan's like, can you just get on with this? And he's like, so Conan, I'm gonna start making spit it out. It's definitely better than the gorilla. Paulie did go to find the moth joke here. Moth is classic Norm. Yes, Norm, not one of the best comedians. Norm. Okay, I'd say one of the best because who would you call the best comedians of all time? Give me three. No, Norm plus two.
Oh man, it's so hard to go down. Chris Farley's always been one of my favorites. I understand he wasn't like stand up and everything like, but I just when I think about people who have made me laugh, Chris Farley's up there. And just because like it didn't matter if it was SNL or Tommy Boy or Black Sheep or whatever it was. Farley was always a guy who could make me laugh. Always. Man, I don't know if I can come up with a third. I'll go more recent. Jim Gaffigan is one of my absolute favorites.
Okay.
But I understand we're talking about the top 3 comedians of all time.
Well, we can do top 3 non-norm comedians to make it fair to everybody.
No, I'd still go Norm.
All right.
Like,
so
for
I
me, I'd
got
go Norm.
Norm. I've got George Carlin. To me, is just
George Carlin is so good.
The
Gosh.
king of stand-up comedy now until the end of time. And I got to tell you, especially since she's not around,
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr, and I'll tell you what, if I'm in a foul mood and I just don't care what anybody says about anything, give me, inject into my veins Louis C.K.
Yeah.
And I don't care how far he goes. He definitely doesn't care how far.
Oh, no, he does not. He does not care.
And I am totally okay with it. Free speech and that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I see a lot of Carlins. I see some Eddie Murphy.
Somebody said Carrot Top.
But you have to find, now you have to search Norm Macdonald and Carrot Top. Oh, if you're not a fan of Bill Burr and you haven't seen the boarding the plane skit that he does,
yeah,
I'm sorry, that's just nuts. Here's Jeff stuck in 1940 or something here with Don Rickles, George Burns, and Jackie Gleason.
Man, that is old school.
Richard Pryor had his day.
Yeah.
He had his day when he was at the very top. So did Eddie Murphy.
I do appreciate the
Dave Chappelle.
Chappelle's
in his own class in so many ways. And I would also put Stephen Wright, who was my late dad's favorite. Nobody ever made my dad laugh like that. Stephen Wright would have him falling on the floor.
Yeah.
And he never told a joke that was longer than 8 words. And they had nothing to, they weren't even stringed together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fantastic stuff. Small World.
Oh, Robin Williams. Robin Williams.
The best improv guy ever.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Best improv guy ever.
Yep.
And that's another one that'll stand the test of time.
Yes.
I'm going back through some of these.
And a phenomenal actor on top of that too.
Just everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just in addition to obviously having the tragic finishing. Sam Kinison, I mean, he did the food joke.
I think, okay, when I say Jim Gaffigan, people are going to think well, he doesn't belong. I think some people just think of Jim Gaffigan and think of the Hot Pockets routine. It's funny, but I think one of the main reasons why I love Jim Gaffigan so much is that I find so many comedians will constantly try to push the line on what they can say just for the wow factor.
Yeah.
And Gaffigan doesn't even try that. He just tries to be just I guess more naturally funny.
Mark Cunningham brings up Carol Burnett and Carol, she had the whatever that called when you would come with the opening monologue to the Carol Burnett show, but that was a skit show. Carol Burnett, obviously immensely talented on so many levels, even in her later years. The role that she played on Breaking Bad, epic talent. Not sure that I would put her in the comedian. We haven't mentioned enough women here. And now, as I think,
who's actually really funny, like current comedians, now Taylor Tomlinson's really, really funny.
Yes,
she's really funny.
This is true.
She's really funny. I've actually my wife and I just rewatched one of her stand-ups last weekend, I think.
Best comedian from Pittsburgh is easily our friend Steve Byrne. Great friend, by the way, to DK Pittsburgh Sports and to other institutions downtown. Steve Byrne is our guy. If you're a Steve Byrne fan, give him a shout and tell him that we gave him a shout here at the end of this. Tim Conway on the Carol Burnett show. Here again, we're not getting into stand-up comics here. We're starting to veer off but yeah, Tim Conway would have people rolling around. Flip Wilson, man, we're really heading back here.
We are. Oh, Jose has a good one for a nowadays comedian because he is also responsible for one of the greatest SNL skits ever.
Who's that?
Nate Bargatze.
How did I forget him?
He is up there, man.
He's coming here this summer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Might have to go.
Bargatze and his. You have to
the George Washington. That's the homework. For
okay,
people
that's
today.
the Saturday Night Live skit.
Yeah,
where he plays George Washington. It's fantastic.
There's actually two of them. They did a second one.
Yeah, the second one's pretty good too.
Yeah,
it wasn't
the first one was still.
the first one was just genius.
Yes,
and they almost left it off the show.
Oh, that's
True
right. I remember you
story.
telling me about that.
Yeah, true story. They almost left it off the show.
Oh my gosh.
And then they played it in front of a test audience.
Yeah.
And the test audience loved it. And they were like, okay. Which just goes to show you that comic writers or comedy writers are probably the worst people to evaluate whether or not something's funny.
Yeah.
Ironically.
Yeah. By the way, somebody here says we'll talk about female comedians, Lucille Ball. Listen, my wife used to get in trouble as a kid because she would stay up late and watch I Love Lucy and laugh so loud.
Yeah.
Like that her mom would have to go into her room and like, shut up, Katie. Like she was like, my wife loved I Love Lucy growing up, like loved it.
No, that's good stuff. I'm not a Will Ferrell guy.
I am.
Are you?
Yeah.
I used to be an Adam Sandler guy until he came in here with Rob Schneider, and then they didn't buy anything. They didn't buy anything.
Yeah.
Their security guard, for those of you who don't know the story, walked in here and locked the door behind them. Like he presumed he could just walk into our place of business and lock the door.
Yeah.
With these two, A-list. Well, Schneider's like a B-list celebrity here. But here's Adam Sandler's career earnings. I swear we're going to call it a day. Adam Sandler, career earnings. Wouldn't even buy a hat. Hang on. Adam Sandler, career earnings. Let's do career earnings. Hollywood people, that's all true. Okay, this says it's estimated to be he's what he's estimated to be worth about. He gets roughly 15 to 20 million per film that he does.
Well, whatever got
to
for
this
Happy Gilmore
day,
2
he's
is too
pulling
much.
in about 50 or 60 million per year. Couldn't buy a cap. Couldn't buy a cap. The boss, who's such a sap for this sort of thing, takes a picture with him, and then they go, "Oh, we gotta go." And as they're leaving, Rob Schneider really still wants a cap, so she takes the cap and runs it to him. Still no payment.
Yeah.
I don't think Rob Schneider makes that much money, so maybe he just didn't have it.
My gosh.
I'm sorry. When's the last time you watched a Rob Schneider movie?
Just like with where he's like the main actor.
This says he's worth $12 million as of 2025. That's not a whole heck of a lot in Hollywood.
It's not. That's not. It's still $12 million though. I'd take it.
So
you
would we?
You could, yeah. I was like,
for the cap.
You could buy a hat. Yeah.
Guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Presuming you'd ever want to come back and see more of this. Bye-bye.